So having said that the desire determines the incarnation you have, the body and the environment, one obvious question to ask is, if that's the case, why doesn't my birth match my desires? In simple examples, a person is born with physical challenges or cognitive challenges, disabilities. They're born into abject poverty, or they're born into an environment of war. How can you possibly say that this is matching my desire? So there's a principle of the addition of forces which helps us to try and understand this. Consider a desire to be a force. And a force has two aspects. It has direction and strength. So we can think of desires as this vector quality. You can add these forces and you get a resultant. Take 4 desires, A, B, C, and D. Each with their own direction, each with their own strength. And this is the human personality. We're a mixture of hundreds, thousands, how many desires? Some related, some unrelated, different directions, different strengths. When you add those vectors up, you get a resultant vector, this one here in red. The important thing to look at with the red vector is that it's not in the direction of any of the desires. And yet this is the direction that our resultant goes. So in a similar way, we add the desires together, the most pressing desires, and you get a resultant. What that means is that the resultant may not be aligned to any particular desire. As a consequence, you end up in an environment that doesn't specifically match any of your desires. So we can use another analogy here, which is buying a house. I want to buy a house. What are my requirements? What are the things I want? Well, I want 2 bathrooms, 5 miles from a school, medium-sized garden space, and a 2-car garage. What do I end up buying? It's only got 1.5 bathrooms, 7 miles from a school. The garden space is very small. There's no garage at all, only driveway parking. So this was my list of requirements. None of them got ticked. But on balance, when you look at everything, there's an overall sense of the big tick. So no specific desire was satisfied by the house that I have. But when I look at the whole thing on balance, each of them is satisfied to some degree, so that there is a tipping point, and I say yes. How can you have none of your boxes checked and still buy the house? Okay, they each get some form of satisfaction to some degree. When you add it all up, there's an overall tipping point of yes.